This one right here is hands down the college football game of the week. Do not sleep on this game. Ohio State taking on those Ducks. The number one rested Oregon Ducks are coming in a 2.5 point. I'm sorry. Am I dyslexic? Dog to Ohio State. What is going on here, Ian? Let's just start right here with the fact that Ohio State's favored. This is an Ohio State team that the whole world thought was going to lose to Tennessee. And by the way, roll back the tapes, folks, because I told all y'all it was not going to happen on that show. But it's all good. Don't even worry about it. Don't even go look at it. Just take my word for it. Anyway, Ohio State lost to Michigan. They come on back. They kicked the absolute snot out of Tennessee, and now they're favored against Oregon. As much as I love Ohio State, is this disrespectful to the Oregon Ducks?
So I think you could definitely see it as disrespect to the Oregon Ducks here. They did absolutely everything that they needed to, especially in what I'm going to call the game of the year that we saw earlier this year up at Autzen Stadium. The fact that Ohio State, the only reason why realistically they lost that game is because Will Howard went down half second too late. That's really the only reason why Ohio State's there. And unfortunately for Oregon, I think they draw the hardest of the quarterfinal games in Ohio State, even though they're considered to be the 8th seed. Trust me, I don't have enough time to get into this whole playoff seeding thing. I hope it gets fixed very, very soon. Yeah, but I think a lot of people, they're looking at Ohio State in the fact of Ryan Day, when he's coming off a loss and you give him time to actually look at opponents and things of that nature. And when Ohio State plays their game, they don't get into a phone box and try to beat you on the inside. I mean, we saw it last week against Tennessee. When they choose to air it out, when they play their game, they are very hard to beat. On the other side, you're playing against the one team who knows how to play that style of football and may be able to do it just a little bit better. They're in the Oregon Ducks there with Dylan Gabriel, because personally, I think Gabriel compared to Will Howard, I would personally take Dylan Gabriel in that matchup. Okay. I think in the running game, I would take Ohio State's running backs in this game with Judkins and Henderson. I think that they're much better as a tandem. And that's no disrespect to Jordan James and what he's been able to do there for the Oregon Ducks. It's just what Judkins and Henderson have been able to do has just been absolutely sensational. But when they do get going, it's great. But when they get stopped, it gets a little bit more difficult here for Ohio State. In Oregon, we know what they were able to do against Ashton Genty. But really, they've been able to do this against multiple run defenses here, have the Ducks. They've just been able to stymie whoever that they've played. Again, you look at September, they were not the same team as they are right now. You can't look at September and say, oh, they're going to come out and play like the Boise State game here in the beginning of 2025. Teams have grown. It happens. But it's just, I don't know, as far as the receiving cores go, which one that I would want more, because you have the all country, all century. I mean, I don't know what you want to call this man, but Jeremiah Smith, I said it very early on in the college football season. I don't remember what episode, but the man is an absolute unicorn. He is probably the best freshman sensation out there. And when you have high ups in college football, in pro football, saying that he's probably the best receiver to come through Ohio State, and that's better than Marvin Harrison Jr. And
do you agree with the Harrison comparison?
I do, though. Here's the thing. You watch what Jeremiah Smith is able to do. You hear the stories, and then you watch what he's actually able to do on the field as a freshman and know that he's only going to get better. The kid is an absolute sensation there out on the field.
So I would say right now, I don't think he's better than Marvin Harrison. But you just kind of said as a freshman. So I'm with you. I think by the end of his career, he could be the best to ever come out. I agree.
Oh, absolutely. Like, he's going to be hands down. I mean, if he chooses to go the NFL path and he stays injury free, he's easily going to be a top 5 pick, hands down. But on the reverse side here for the Ducks, I mean, we still have yet to see anybody who can slow down Tez Johnson. We saw it against Ohio State there early on this season, back in October, and Ohio State, they were not able to contain Tez Johnson. Are they going to be able to do it again? I don't know. And this is one of those games, Ohio State's defense, Jack Sawyer and the boys, we know when they are prepped, they are a very good team. but so is Oregon under Dan Lanning. This is easily going to be a coin flip game for me. I actually think that this game ends up going into overtime, and I am going to say
Ooh.
that Oregon wins and covers in overtime, 36-33.
What a call. What a call that was. Overtime, Oregon wins, Oregon covers. There you go, folks. That's all you need to know. First of all, betting this game to go to overtime is like 28-1. So love that. Should be like 66-1. So try to find it, folks. But with that said here, 34% of the money line money guys coming in on Ohio State. 66% of people are looking at the Ducks saying disrespectful. No, give me the Ducks plus money. I understand that route. 40% of people are laying it with Ohio State, 60% taking it with the Ducks. And here's a crazy one for you, Ian. So before I give my pick, I want to jump straight to it for you really quickly here. The over-under, which is now 55, by the way, it's moving as we're on the show, 91% over. Bro, hang on a minute. When's the last time? We do this, what, every day, right?
Yep.
75% on an over or an under is an insane amount of money. 91%. But here's the weird thing. Then why did it go down half a point?
And
that's a red flag.
It can be a red flag, but mind you, this game started as -1 for Ohio State, which means it's gone in their favor another 1.5. Now, could it be the fact that Ohio State's coming off of that very impressive win against Tennessee, where personally I thought Tennessee would be able to take it to them? They actually got taken behind the woodshed. Shout out Woody Hayes on that one. But Oregon and Ohio State, we've seen this before. And the first time that they played, it was 32-31. I think the public's smart enough to say, look, is that defense going to be able to hold on either side enough? Sure, they'll get the critical stops. But, I mean, it's Oregon. It's the playoff. Who wouldn't expect to see a couple of laterals, a couple of reverses, things of that nature? They'll probably go for two like they always do in their bowl game to start the game off up 8-0 and
I agree.
Really make Ohio State chase them. And that's the thing. If Oregon gets ahead, Ohio State has shown they cannot chase down opponents very much. So if Oregon gets that lead, good luck catching up. But if Ohio State takes the lead, can Oregon keep up?
What a game. What a
Yes.
game. All right, so sorry, score projection for you. I know you're with the 91%. So what's that score projection?
36-33 in overtime.
Okay.
Yep, 36-33 over 2.
Bro, here's what's so hard for me. I defended the snot out of Ohio State last week. I was like, y'all are sleeping. This is a great football team. Da-da-da-da-da. And they did everything I asked them to do. So how do I jump on them now? You mentioned it. Ohio State was about to beat them boys. Okay? You could go ahead and say that they didn't, and they didn't. Sure. But they also did that in Oregon, right? Mm-hmm. So just a thought. We're not in Oregon anymore, folks. I'm going Ohio State. I got this O. I got this O, not this O. Bro, this sucks, bro. I don't even want to do this, bro. I feel like I'm leaving. I feel like I'm leaving the value on the board. But here's the thing: 66% of people are on the Ducks, and the line's going backwards. 91% of people are on the over, and the line's going backwards. I'm fading everything here. This is a phenomenal football game. Give me Ohio State to cover 2.5. Ohio State's going to win this game. And give me the under 55.5. I'm sorry, Ian. I know, bro. But you know me. 9%. I'm with the 9%. I don't want to be with 91% of y'all. So with that said, guys, we are on polar opposite sides here. Ian going with what most people see this game going as, and I'm just going to go against it here. And we're going to find out right here, right now, Ian. Let's keep this in our minds, right? And if Oregon get it done and the over hits, we know the odds makers don't really know this college thing, right? But if the under hits and Ohio State cover, we should take that into next week and maybe consider that when we're looking at the rest of the games, the money, the totals, everything like that. So, all right, guys, good luck to you here. I'm not going to go much deeper. We're on opposite sides with the winner. We're on opposite sides with the total. This is a must-watch football game. Good luck to everybody. Good luck to these teams. Can't wait for that one.